Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all well and having a great day so far. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Emma and I love to read and talk about books. So I've got a couple of free days and I thought that it would be a great time to film a reading vlog. I have got 3 fairly new releases that I've been dying to get my hands on, and I thought it would be the perfect time to read them. And they are Mate by Hazelwood. I have just started this. I'm about 150 pages in, so I want to get this one finished off today. I've also got Soulsearching by Lila Sage. Lila Sage is a fairly new author to me. I did read her Rebel Blue Ranch series earlier this year and really enjoyed it. But this series is going to be a bit different. I think that the female main character is able to speak with ghosts. So there's some sort of supernatural haunted house element in a Western setting, which is very different to what I've read before. But, you know, perfect time of the year to be picking up something like this. And the other one that I do want to get to is Taurus Season by Brianne Weaver. I've not read her Ruinous Love series, although it is on my TBR, but this is a brand new series, and I think the main character in this one is a serial killer, but it's very tongue-in-cheek. There's a bit of comedy attached to it, so I don't think it's too serious. So as I said, I've already started Mate. I'm on page 152, about to start chapter 14, so I'm probably, I don't know, a quarter of the way through, but I am enjoying it so far. This is the sequel to Bride, and it's only Ali Hazelwood's, I think, second fantasy book. She has tried different genres, and I read Bride earlier in the year, very much enjoyed it, so I've been really looking forward to picking this one up. We did meet the main 2 characters in this book previously in Bride. They were supporting characters, so we didn't see very much of them, and I think the male character only got introduced in sort of the last few pages. But Serena, who is the main female character, she is the first sort of human werewolf hybrid. The world is not aware of like a hybrid situation. Whereas vampires, humans, they do coexist in this universe, but politically a lot of people are not happy about a hybrid being in existence, because, you know, the vampires feel threatened because it could be a symbol of a human werewolf alliance, which could threaten them politically. Some people, I think, don't want the species to mix, so there's lots of reasons that Serena is not liked, and for that reason she's very much in danger. She did publicly sort of announce herself to the world. She went and did a TV interview, and that put a target on her back. So she's living with the Wares at the moment, and she's under their protection. The alpha of the Northwest Pack, Cohen, is Serena's mate. She knows this, you know, it's not being kept a secret from her. I think it's serving like a dual purpose at the moment, that if other Wares and vampires, humans know that she's affiliated with him, that she's his mate, that's going to offer her a level of protection because he has a reputation already. But I don't think he has been very forthcoming with what the term mate means truly. I think that he's very much downplayed it off as some sort of sexual attraction, but I think that it's probably a lot more involved than that, but she's just very naive to Were culture altogether because she's not been brought up in that environment. So yeah, she's currently living with him, and I think, you know, although he's sort of keeping her at arm's length a little bit, they are starting to get to know each other a little bit more. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far and looking forward to see what happens in the rest of the book. It's been a while since I've last checked in. I'm now on page 290, about to start chapter 27, and I am really enjoying this book so far. I was just trying to think about what I could, you know, give you an update on, and it sounds very strange to say, but not really much has happened in this book. I don't feel like there's loads of, you know, big things going on in the storyline, but the way that it's written, I feel like no time has gone past since I last updated you, so I could quite easily binge my way through this, enjoying it, whilst there's not much happening at the same time, which I do know sounds very, very odd. One thing I am really enjoying about it is how the relationship between Serena and Cohen is developing, how they're interacting. You know, you can see that both of them really like each other more than they're letting on. The yearning in this book is so good. It is slow burn, so if that's your thing, I think it's done really well in this book. And another thing I think is very clever and does add something to the story is because Serena is the first hybrid, there is no sort of precedent of how her body works. She's got both human elements and were elements, and sometimes how certain things work in a full-blooded werewolf is not how these things are working in her body. So she's a bit of a medical marvel, and that can also be quite scary as well in some instances because she's the first of her kind. I've just finished Mate and I'm going to be rating it 3.5 stars. As I said earlier, if you were to ask me, you know, to describe the plot of this story, I don't think there's too much substance to it. However, it was very enjoyable. I breezed through it. I don't think the time dragged at all. Very much enjoyed it. It was an easy read is how I would probably describe it. But yeah, it was good. I would definitely like to read some more fantasy from Ali Hazelwood. I've very much enjoyed Bride and Mate, which are the 2 books in this series. Yeah, and hopefully she'll be writing some more. If the lighting does look a little bit weird, I am sorry about that. Now that we're heading into the darker months, it's obviously getting darker a lot earlier in the day, and I probably need to look into some lighting solutions now that we're in the winter. So hopefully that's not going to bother you too much. I am going to be starting Soulsearching tonight. I may even get this finished today because I don't think it's going to be too long a read. How many pages are there? So I think, yeah, there's 340 pages, so it's not an overly long book. I could very much get this done this evening, but I'm going to switch to the audiobook, start cooking some dinner, have some tea, and then hopefully a bit later I'll be back to give you an update on this. But I'm very much looking forward to starting it, and yeah, I think something with a supernatural element, with some ghost, a haunted house, is definitely going to be in keeping with this time of year. And it's actually Halloween today when I'm filming this, so I think this is going to be the perfect read. I'm on page 94 now, so just over a quarter of the way through, and I'm really enjoying this book so far. It's very different from her Rebel Blue Ranch series, and I'm also really enjoying how much Lila Sage's writing has sort of developed over the last few books especially. I think when I'm comparing this to her first book in Rebel Blue Ranch, you can really see how she's improved and grown as an author. But I do really enjoy her writing style. Our female main character, Collins, she's a photographer and she's lived away from her hometown for quite some time. I think that in the past her photography has been very successful, but recently she's lost a job, she's run out of money, and she's sort of returned home for a little bit. But I don't think she's been honest with her family and friends as to, you know, her job situation, and I guess that's the real reason that she's returned home. She's able to see and converse with ghosts, but recently she's not been able to hear them, or maybe the ghosts just haven't been talking to her. But I'm getting the impression that her hometown of Sweetwater Peak has got a high concentration of ghosts, and when she's sort of going about her day-to-day business, she can see all of these ghosts. It is giving me a sort of Ghost Whisperer vibes. I don't know whether you guys used to watch that series with Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I used to really enjoy it, and yeah, I'm definitely getting that type of vibe from this book. I think her twin sister also has the same abilities, but I don't think it's widely known. It's something that they keep close to their chest, don't really share with other people. So she doesn't really know why the ghosts have stopped speaking with her. She didn't want to move back in with her parents, so she's apartment sharing with the male main character, who's called Brady. He owns a furniture store, and I think she's also working in the store as well to sort of help him out but earn a bit of money while she's back. He is a fairly new resident in the town, and we don't know much about his backstory yet, but he is moved to Sweetwater Peak fairly recently, but he does get on well with her parents and her sister, which I think is why he's been willing to rent a room to her and give her a job. If you can hear loud bangs in the background, it's because there's a lot of fireworks going off at the moment. As I said, it is Halloween, so hopefully it's not causing too much disruption. But yeah, I suppose it's adding to the atmosphere of reading a spooky story. So yeah, really enjoying it so far. I'm very intrigued to see where the story goes, and as I said, it's nice to read something a little bit different from her previous books. But yeah, can't wait to find out more and see where the story goes. Morning guys, it's now the next day, and I did film an update before I went to bed last night, but unfortunately it was raining so hard and the noise of the rain has just completely killed that audio, so I'm gonna have to do a quick recap. When I filmed my update, I was on page 213, so about 2/3 of the way through the book, and we were starting to get into the nitty-gritty of the story. We'd found out more information about Colin's relationship with her sister Clark, a bit more about their dynamic. We'd also delved into the events that led up to Bradley leaving his previous job, leaving his previous relationship, and what led him to move to Sweetwater Peak, so that was very interesting. And we've met one of the supporting characters, Boone Ryder. He's quite a grumpy older gentleman. I think he's in his mid-70s. Collins has sort of adopted him as a granddad figure, and they're quite close. But Boone is originally from Meadowlark and is actually Atmos Ryder's older brother. So if you are familiar with Lila Sage's Rebel Blue Ranch series, you'll know that that series centres around the Ryder family. Atmos is the dad and very much the matriarch of that family, so I did really like that she sort of kept it in the same universe and there is that sort of crossover between the two series. While I was reading in bed last night, I did manage to finish Soulsearching, and I'm going to be rating this 3.75 stars. I would say I probably enjoyed it a little bit more than Mate, but it wasn't quite a 4-star read for me. It was a good book, I enjoyed it nonetheless, and I would certainly recommend picking this one up. I liked the fact that there are a few different elements to this story. So there's obviously a romance between Collins and Bradley, and their relationship develops throughout the book. I also thought her ability to see and converse with ghosts was quite an interesting dynamic to the story. And some of the ghosts that sort of, I guess, base themselves in certain buildings around the town, she does have a relationship with and almost like a friendship with some of them. And she was able to help one of her ghost friends out, which was a nice conclusion to that part of the story. We also see another familiar face from Meadowlark and the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and that character is able to give some assistance to Collins's family and help them out of a bind. So yeah, really like how those two series overlap, but a very enjoyable read, and I'll definitely be picking up the second book in this series. So today we're moving on to Tourist Season by Brianne Weaver, and as I said in the intro, I've not read anything by this author before, and I'm certainly very intrigued to see how she's going to mix up serial killers with a romance and also a comedy element as well. I'm gonna say this straight away, I know that I've not read anything like this book before, so I'm very excited to see how she blends those elements together, and yeah, looking forward to getting started on it. I'm 113 pages in and absolutely loving this book so far. I can't believe how quickly it hooked me in. As I've said, I've not read anything by Brianne Weaver before, and I love her writing style. It's just so fascinating to me how she's able to mix different genres, and it really, really works. I'm enjoying it so much that I could honestly sit and order the second book. I think it's due to come out in June next year, but I can already tell I'm going to be in for the long haul and want to read the whole series. So our main character, Harper, she is a gardener come serial killer. She's a resident in the town called Carnage, and it's a tourist town. So any tourists that are coming in, basically messing with her picture perfect town, whether that is bad behaviour or doing anything that she perceives to be a threat to the town, she's not standing for any of it, and she ends up killing them. Nolan, who is the main male character, he has just checked into a hotel in Carnage and is staying here for 6 weeks. He's not here for vacation though, he's actually here for vengeance, and he has got quite a dark backstory as well. So it's very interesting to find out Nolan's backstory, the reasons for why he's doing the things that he's doing, and I also suspect that there is a lot more to Harper as well, and some things about her past I think are going to come to the forefront. She's also a gardener for this guy called Arthur, who I think is a very wealthy individual. I get the impression he lives in quite a large house, and this is where Harper does a lot of the gardening. He, I think, has also got quite a sordid past, and he's now suffering from Alzheimer's. So she is very close with him. She looks after him as well as doing the gardening for him. She's looking out for him, making sure that he's got lunch, etc. And I suspect there is a lot more to this story than first meets the eye, but I'm 100% invested, can't wait to find out more, and I'm just really enjoying this. It's so refreshing to read something different. I thought I'd just stop for another quick check-in because this book is just getting better and better. I'm enjoying it so much. Harper and Nolan have become reluctant allies. Both of them, and have done terrible things. Nolan is there really to hunt Harper. Harper has featured in his past, and he very much wants to get revenge for something that she did. But I get the sense that he doesn't know the full circumstances surrounding that event, and Harper hasn't shared that either. But there's definitely a wider story at play. They've become quite reluctant allies because, as I said, both of them have killed people. They've done horrific things. But there's a true crime investigator that's come to Cape Carnage, and he is sort of digging into things a little bit more. I also get the feeling that Harper has crossed paths with this person before as well. So, as I said, they've become reluctant allies, and I just really want to see where this goes. Arthur is certainly a person of interest. His relationship with Harper is very close, but there's also something there I think that's also happened. It's just really gripping me. I haven't enjoyed something like this for quite a while. It's just so refreshing to read something different from what I've read before, and I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. Love it so far. I've just finished it, and oh my god, it was so good, just so good. It's got to be a 5-star for me. I just enjoyed it from start to finish. As I said before, it's unlike anything I've ever read before. Love Brianne Weaver's writing style and the blend between 2 serial killers, the romance, the mystery around some of the supporting characters as well. Just absolutely loved it, and I would quite easily pick up her Ruinous Love series. I've had Butcher and Blackbird on my TBR cart for quite some time, but November's TBR is already pretty ambitious, so I'm going to make a start on that, and maybe later in the month or possibly in December I would love to read her Ruinous Love trilogy back to back, because if it's anything like this I'm going to absolutely love it. This book was great. I loved the sort of relationship between Harper and Nolan. Nolan's obviously coming to Cape Carnage to kill Harper. He's seeking revenge for an incident that happened earlier in his life, and Harper was a part of that. But Harper also has mystery as well. So not only is she killing people in the present day, she's definitely got like a past life that she's concealing. Not everybody knows this. So she's got skeletons in the closet, so to speak. Arthur, who is a supporting character, he's got a whole story going on as well. There's also sort of history in the town of a sort of serial killer that was prolific sort of years ago, and all of a sudden he stopped operating. So there is mystery around the town in general, but so many moving parts, and it did end on a cliffhanger. So I can't wait to pick up the next book. I've already added it to my Amazon wish list, and yeah, it will be going straight in my basket, and for sure will be on my 2026 reads list. But loved it, absolutely loved it, can't recommend it enough. So yeah, the last couple of days where I've just been able to set aside some reading time, got through 3 books, I've just really enjoyed it. It's been so relaxing, and I really hope that you've enjoyed the reading vlog as well, and seeing my thoughts and opinions about the books that I'm reading in real time. So hopefully I might be able to film like a few more reading vlogs over the rest of the month. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by giving the video a like, and obviously let me know your thoughts in the comments if you've read some of these books as well. I love to hear from you. But that is everything for today's video, and I will hopefully see you on my next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.